You know what our young black males seem to enjoy? Putting a gun to another young brother's head and pulling the trigger. You know what else they enjoy? Making babies and walking away like they don't mean a thing. You know what else they enjoy? Wasting their time on nothing good or nothing important. I mean, literally just wasting their time. They also enjoy doing fruitless crap. You know where they learn it from? They learn it from you. All of the stuff that our children are learning, they're learning right from home. And the reason I say they're learning it from home, because if you're training them up in the way that they should go, if you're teaching them what's going on in this world, if you're teaching them that violence against each other is ignorant, they're less likely to go out here and do this stuff. Ultimately, the parents should be responsible for who their children hang out with. First of all, you sending them to public school to get an education. And that's just a breeding ground for all kinds of mess. Our young women seem to think that their only self-worth is between their legs. 9 times out of 10, I hate to say it, but that's because sometimes mama's still out there strutting her stuff. Now, I know that other influences enter into all of this, but ultimately, parents are to blame when their children go too far to the left. If you are a watchful parent, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, trust me, your children aren't going to be out here hanging in the streets all times of day getting into trouble. You know why a lot of our young black men are getting shot down by the police? You have any clue? Well, first of all, if you would keep your children out of the streets, we wouldn't see all this stuff happening. We're out there amongst all types of crowds and gangs doing God knows what. Your children need to stay at home with you sometime. They need to pick up a book and learn something, get some sense in their head. Why keep sending them out there to a war zone? And I know that's not the case with every situation. A lot of this is being provoked by law enforcement itself. But the fact that we know this stuff is going on, keep your babies out of the streets, because they hunting them right now. Keep them out of the streets. Stop walking around as if you don't think anything is happening in this country. Our young people right now don't know much of anything. First of all, if you're expecting them to learn it from school, you can forget that. You can forget that right there. They're not going to learn anything from these schools. If you even know the history of how this sham of an educational system was set up, you wouldn't even bother to send them to school. You would educate them yourselves. And using the excuse about you not knowing much isn't an excuse at all. You can always give your child a book or find some help. Do whatever you have to do to make sure they understand things, to make sure they know things. Teach them how to read, whatever you can teach them. If you need to learn how to read, find help for you. But don't use these excuses. All of these excuses is just getting to be too much. The excuse is not going to keep your child from getting shot down in the streets. It's not going to keep your daughter from getting pregnant. It's not going to keep you from going hungry when it ain't no more government programs to be had. A lot of people think that black folk are the dumbest people on earth. You know, and I don't know what to say sometimes, because while other races of people are out here preparing for the worst, we getting caught up on the next episode of The Jeffersons. Good times. And everybody hates Chris. You people need to get real. Turn that TV off, and it's time to wake the hell up. Okay? Shalom.